welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hi everyone, I'm Mike.
And I am Karen. Today we are looking at part C of our dialogue called Life with Vegetables. And in today's dialogue, we are talking about preparing vegetables. Now we all know that vegetable is very good for your body, very good for your health.
Tasty too.
That's right. So how do you eat them? How do you prepare them? And then how do you wash them so you know that it's clean?
That is a very good point, and you, I think, hit it right on the head there. You wash them. As we learned yesterday, vegetables grow in gardens or in farms. They grow in dirt.
That's right.
And not only do they grow in dirt, they grow outside, and things in the air can land on them. Little bugs can get on them. Dirt can be on them because, of course, they're growing in the dirt. So you don't want to just pull them out of the ground and start eating them. You're not a rabbit, are you? No, so we have to prepare our vegetables. It's not too hard.
It's not too hard?
But it is something you should always try to do because you don't want to get sick by eating something healthy. That would be wrong. That's not the point. So let's find out how to prepare our vegetables with our good friends Ted and Kim as they start to get some vegetables together for, I don't know, a salad, lunch, dinner, a snack. Let's
Maybe
find
a whole
out.
meal.
Maybe a whole meal. Let's find out. Ted and Kim are preparing vegetables.
Okay, I washed the carrots, potatoes, and peppers under cold running water.
Did you rub them while you were washing them? Also, you didn't use soap, did you?
Yes, I rubbed them, and no, I didn't use soap. I know the right way to clean vegetables.
Sorry, I had to make sure.
Okay, so we've moved from the garden to the kitchen for our dialogue today. And yes, it doesn't really matter if you're going to cut up the vegetables and put them in a salad, if you're going to cook your vegetables, if you're going to eat them raw. I don't really care what you're doing because before you do any of that, there are a few simple things you need to do to keep the vegetables safe and also to make them easy to cook with. So let's find out all about that today.
All right, so we have two characters in our dialogue. We have Ted and Kim. So Ted and Kim are preparing vegetables. That means they're getting them ready to be eaten.
Yes, exactly.
Yummy, yummy.
And notice we called them preparing the vegetables because there are several different things you'll need to do, not just one thing.
That's
a
right.
couple of things. So let's get into it. Ted says, okay, I washed the carrots, potatoes, and peppers under cold running water. Bam! Way to go, Ted. He's done a very good job from the start here. He's taken the vegetables they are going to eat or cook with, carrots, potatoes, and peppers. He has washed them, which is exactly what you do to get all that, dirt and the bugs and whatever off them. And he did it under cold running water. Very good there because, of course, cold water, if you use warm water, it might sort of heat up the vegetables, start almost cooking them a little bit. You don't want to do that yet. And running water, it's better because it flushes any dirt away. If you wash them in a bowl, well, some of that dirt will stay in the water and it might end up back on the vegetables. So running water basically means running water that is flowing or moving.
Exactly, running or flowing, so it's not just in a basket or in the container. So an example sentence would be, the sink had a leak and there was running water all over the floor. That means the water was flowing, right?
That's bad.
Okay, so now Kim says, did you rub them while you were washing them? Also, you didn't use soap, did you?
Soap.
So I guess Kim is trying to make sure that Ted really knows what he was doing. So number one, did you just put the vegetables under cold running water? Or did you rub them?
Like a little massage.
That's right, using your hands. So what does it mean to rub?
To rub something is basically to push against it gently and kind of move it around a little bit, like a massage. If your muscles are sore, a kind person or someone at a hospital or somewhere might rub your muscles. They might kind of squeeze them and push them and slide their hand around them, maybe make them a little warm at the same time. Because if you rub your hands together like this, you'll notice your hands get warm. With vegetables, basically, you don't just put them in the water, hold them there, and then take them out. You put them with one hand, and then you touch them and move your hand over them. You are rubbing them in some kind of way. Some people might also use a brush. You can also use a brush on your vegetables. It might be a better, get a little bit cleaner, do a better job. I have a little vegetable brush that I use for my potatoes and things like that because the skin can be quite rough. So yes, you basically move something over it, and that way you're touching it, you're just making a little bit cleaner the same way we rub our hands together when we have soap on them to make the soap work a little bit better. So let's go over to Tina. She is going to tell us all about some wonderful stuff that we'll need to know, and then we'll be back to have another look at the next part of the dialogue.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字。Running 形容词，流动的。I heard the sound of running water from the river nearby. 我听到附近河水流动的声音。Nearby 就是附近的。Rub 动词，摩擦、搓揉。Tom rubbed his eyes because he was tired.Tom 揉了揉他的眼睛，因为他很累。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back. So we're checking out if Ted washed the vegetables in the right way. His friend Kim is checking. She says, did you rub them? Did you use cold running water and no soap? So let's find out how he did on this little test of his vegetable washing knowledge. He says, yes, I rubbed them. Ding, ding, ding.
Yay.
And no, I didn't use soap.
Yay.
Ding, ding, ding. I know the right way to clean vegetables. And we guess he used cold running water as well. So he did rub them to make them extra clean, to get that extra dirt off them. But he did not use soap. I have never heard of anyone using soap to wash their vegetables, but I guess some people might think using soap would be safer, but no, I don't think it's really necessary, and it might end up having like a soapy taste.
That's right. Okay, but then Kim apologizes. She says, sorry, I had to make sure. I didn't mean to make you sound not very smart with vegetables, but I just had to make sure that you did it the right way. So maybe Ted is not very experienced at preparing vegetables.
Or maybe he answered that question, yes, I know how to wash vegetables. Because Kim, he thinks Kim doesn't think he's very smart.
So that's why Kim apologized, right?
That was nice.
Okay, let's go over to Tina first and we will be right back.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的文法。Make sure 确认 ，sure 指的是确信的、肯定的。我们来看看这个对话。Did you check if the windows are closed? 你有没有确认窗户关好了 ？Not yet. I'll go check and make sure. 还没，我去看看并确认一下。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. So from our dialogue, we know that Ted and Kim, they're preparing their vegetables, and Ted knows what he's doing. He knows how to wash vegetables properly without any soap. So Kim is also, I think she also knows how to prepare vegetables as well. I think she has her knowledge. That's why she said, I just had to make sure I had to double check.
Exactly right. And he did it perfectly well, right? He rubbed them, he didn't use soap, and he washed them under cold running water. All right, let's go to the second part of our dialogue and then we'll be back.
No problem. Not everyone knows how to clean vegetables correctly. So, what's next?
You can either cut the peppers into slices or take the skin off the carrots and potatoes.
I'll do the latter one.
Great, thanks.
Welcome back, everyone. So now we know that Ted and Kim are done preparing the vegetables. Well, maybe not quite yet. At least finish washing the vegetables, right?
Exactly right. As we get back to our dialogue, Ted says, no problem. This is, of course, because Kim was sort of saying, sorry, I didn't mean to tell you how to wash the vegetables. I just wanted to make sure you were doing it the right way. Remember, cold running water, rub the vegetables, and don't use soap. He knows that. So he says, no problem. It's okay for you to check. As he says, not everyone knows how to clean vegetables correctly because, you know, some people don't cook with them very often. And of course, there are certain vegetables that are a little harder to clean. You should be careful with your mushrooms, for example. And they're very delicate, so you want to rub them gently. But yes, it's something that you need to know how to do to be a good, safe chef. So it's just good she's checking. Back to our dialogue, he says, so what's next? This is a good thing to say after you've finished one part of a project or a thing that you're trying to do and you're kind of moving on to the next stage or the next step. What is the next thing we need to do?
That's right. So after washing the vegetables, so now Kim says you can either cut the peppers into slices or take the skin off the carrots and potatoes. Ah, okay. So that's the next part of preparing the vegetables, maybe for cooking for a meal.
Yes,
right?
You're not just going to take the eggplant and just eat an eggplant. That would be weird.
Exactly. So you might want to cut them into pieces or slices first. So what's a slice? So that's a noun. A slice is a flat, thin piece cut from something bigger, like, for example, a slice of bread or pizza, or you can cut the pepper into slices.
Exactly.
An example sentence would be, Mom cut a big slice of birthday cake for me.
Okay. And the other thing you can do is you can skin some vegetables. Not all vegetables, but certain vegetables have an outside layer, the skin, and you can use a special tool called a vegetable peeler, and you can remove the skin or the peel, which is another word for the outside part of a fruit or vegetable. You can take that off. So you're just taking off the outside part. Maybe that's a little hard. Maybe it's a little dirty. Maybe you don't want to eat it. Things like carrots or potatoes are vegetables that we often skin. Let's go over to Tina. She's going to skin us up some really great English knowledge.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 slice 名词片 Peter cut the apple into big slices. Peter 把苹果切成大片 skin 名词外皮 Kevin doesn't eat the skin of apples. Kevin 不吃苹果皮文法的部分刚刚提到了Somebody knows how to 加动词，某人知道如何做某事。How to 加上动词是名词片语，在这里视为 know 的受词哦。我们来看看这个例句。John knows how to use the machine. John 知道如何使用这台机器。Either A or B 不是 A 就是 B， 这里的 either 也可以念成 either。这是一个对等连接词哦。A 和 B 的词性要一致，用来表示两者择一。我们来看看这个例句。We can either eat at home or go to a restaurant. 你也可以说成 We can either eat at home or go to a restaurant. 我们可以选择在家吃饭，或是去餐厅。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back. We are getting almost to the end of preparing our vegetables with Ted and Kim. Kim just asked Ted, is he going to cut the vegetables into slices, or is he going to take off or remove the skin? Is he going to peel the vegetables? And he says, I'll do the latter one. That's an interesting answer, but we are very clear on what he means because the latter one would be the second one of those two things that you said. Will you cut them into slices or will you take the skin off? The latter would be the second one there. He will take the skin off. He will peel them.
Exactly. So oftentimes we would see this, people use this phrase. The latter one is when you have two options.
A or B.
And then, yeah, exactly. So you would use the B, right? You would take option B. So that's when you're talking about latter.
Exactly. If it was the first one, we would say the former.
That's right.
The first one in the list, the A, would be, I'll do the former. That would be the first. The second one, the B, would be the latter. So he is going to peel those vegetables.
Maybe he finds it a little easier than cutting the vegetables into slices. Okay, so an example sentence for latter would be, if you have a choice between a red shirt and a blue shirt, you could say, I like red, but the latter is more comfortable. But the blue one is more comfortable. Okay, so now Kim says, great, thanks, because he says that I will take the skin off the carrots and the potatoes. So she's thanking him for helping out with the vegetables, right?
Yes. Sorry, I was just peeling something and I cut myself there. I gotta be careful in the kitchen. Let's go over to Tina. She's gonna peel us some wonderful knowledge and information and grammar and vocabulary, and it's full of vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and it's delicious, I think.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 latter 形容词后者的 They offered pizza or pasta and I chose the latter. 他们提供披萨或意大利面，我选了后者意大利面。接着我们回到课文当中。
Thank you, Tina. And now we are back. So from our dialogue today, we actually gained quite a lot of knowledge about preparing for vegetables for you to cook or, for a meal. First, you have to wash them under cold running water. Make sure you rub them. Do not use soap, right? And then you have to cut them, or maybe you have to take the skin off the carrots and potatoes.
That's exactly right. We also learn how to grow some vegetables, how to harvest the vegetables, and we also learn that vegetables are a great way to lose weight and be kind to the animals and the environment. And hey, they taste good too. So
that's right.
It's a win-win-win-win-win situation for everyone. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to have more healthy and delicious topics for you coming up soon. Until then, all the best. Take care. Have a salad today. And we'll see you here tomorrow or the next day.
All right. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ted and Kim are preparing vegetables.
Okay, I washed the carrots, potatoes, and peppers under cold running water.
Did you rub them while you were washing them? Also, you didn't use soap, did you?
Yes, I rubbed them, and no, I didn't use soap. I know the right way to clean vegetables.
Sorry, I had to make sure.
No problem. Not everyone knows how to clean vegetables correctly. So, what's next?
You can either cut the peppers into slices or take the skin off the carrots and potatoes.
I'll do the latter one.
Great, thanks.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 running 形容词流动的 rub 动词摩擦搓揉 slice 名词片 skin 名词外皮 ladder 形容词后者的。接着我们来看文法的部分 make sure 确认 Did you turn off the light? 你关灯了吗 I think so, but I go make sure. 关了吧但我再去确认一下 Somebody knows how to 加动词某人知道如何做某事 I don't know how to use that app 我不知道怎么使用那个应用程式 Either A or B 不是 A 就是 B When can either buy a phone now or wait for the new model to come out When 可以现在就买这只手机或是等到新机型推出再买以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，那我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Hey Shane, I heard our recent marketing campaign didn't go so well. Do you know who's handling it now?
Since it's failed, Nobody wants to touch it. It's really become a hot potato.
A potato? What does a potato have to do with the campaign?
Nothing. It just means that everyone passes it around. No one wants to take responsibility for it.
I see. Yeah, if no one takes charge soon, it'll just keep falling apart.
Exactly. But it's tough though. As badly as it failed, I don't blame everyone for not wanting to touch it.
Hi everyone, today we'll be discussing the idiom hot potato.
Imagine a potato fresh out of the oven. It's so hot, holding it too long will definitely burn you.
That's why a hot potato refers to a tricky problem that people try to avoid dealing with.
Exactly. It can also mean a sensitive or controversial subject that everyone steers clear of.
Here's an example sentence. As soon as the scandal broke, the CEO handed the hot potato to the PR team.
Or the issue of layoffs is a real hot potato. No one wants to bring it up during meetings.
No one likes dealing with a hot potato, but sometimes there's nowhere to pass it. When that happens, stay calm and handle it carefully so you don't get burned.
Absolutely. And that's all for today.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.